Hi everyone. We meet again. All right. So, how's everyone doing? Yeah, I hope everyone is doing fine. Okay, they're doing fine. All right. Thank you uh, for this second session with me again, Teacher Adelina, but you can call me Teacher Ed. Okay. So today we are going to be doing a discussion of a trial paper that I've picked for the second state, which is from Kedah, and there will also be a discussion for paper 3 as well. All right. So without further ado, can we just continue? Okay. So make sure that you have all your notepads, you have all your stationaries right in front uh, of your laptops, computers, and so forth. Okay. So if there's anything that I need to brief further, so I'll be stopping at that one particular question for a bit, okay, so that I can give a better explanation of what the is requirement for the particular question. Okay, so just to refresh your mind, paper two, the time frame for paper two, it's 1 hour and 30 minutes. Therefore, it is not an advisable thing for you to skip any parts, because I feel that every part of the test is very very important, and if you basically leave one out, you might lose your marks at that particular section, and definitely you will not be scoring very well for your exam. Okay, right, now let's can we proceed? Okay, now kids, students, um for for Kedah trial paper, I'm going to start off with email first, because I think every question paper in part one, email is given to students, and you are basically, required to answer it no matter what. And actually, it depends on your time management and how long do you want to spend your time doing part one, part two, or part three. Okay, but my advice to you is try not to spend too much time on part one, because part one is not for me, it's not that difficult, and questions given are actually, straight to the point. No, you don't have to go around the bush and give your answer. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at question one. Now, in this question one, you are supposed to reply an email to your best friend Naufal, who is actually inviting you to join for a visit to the new sports center in your hometown. Okay, so when you talk about sports center, things could that probably crosses your mind could be like a gym, or like a playground area. There is actually a sports center being open there. Okay, so bear in mind that when you go to sports center is a place where you can do exercise, you can play games, and the place is actually provided with facilities that helps you to allows you to play sports there. Okay, like badminton court, basketball court, and so forth. Okay, now let's look at the paragraph. So, hi, sorry for not keeping in touch for a long time. I've had a lot of schoolwork to do. So in the first paragraph, it mentioned you are apologizing, meaning that you and your best friend have not been talking for quite some time. Yeah, so that's why the apologies comes in. So there's this new sports center in town. Let's check out the center. I'll be free next week. And the best part is it has indoor and outdoor facilities. So which one do you prefer? So you can see that in the next, in the email, it stated there, you have, there are two types of sports facility provided, which is the indoor and the outdoor, and therefore you need to give your preference. Which one do you prefer the most, and what game would I like to play, and should we do anything else after the game? Okay, can I go back to a smaller slide so that I can actually highlight the thing for you? Okay, all right. Okay, let me do some amendments here. Okay, now has indoor and outdoor facilities. So let me bold this. Okay, right. So I will highlight it in red. Yeah. And which one do you prefer? This is the first question. Okay, the first question that you need to answer. Second question is, what game would you like to play? So this is something that of a suggestion, and your friend too is asking for some ideas of what else to be done after the game. Okay, you can see here. So if you were to say that your choice is of an indoor game, what kind of indoor games that you can play? So later I'll show you what are the types of indoor games, and outdoor games, what is it? And here, asking for your preference, what game would you like to play? So should we do anything else after the game? This is another suggestion that comes in. All right, now let's try to look at this. So if you were to reply to your cousin Naufal, okay, I think in the first session that I did with you, you are supposedly to write an email to your cousin. So please make sure that the email is a valid one at yahoo.com. Don't create something a different website that is not even related to email address. Okay, so if you were to write the subject, okay, subject can be taken anywhere here. Okay, what you can do is visit to the new sports center. So you can just take this, copy this, and make it into the subject. All right. Okay. So like what I have advised yesterday, if you already start with hi, therefore just answer hi. Hi, Naufal. So because you are replying back to Naufal's email, and Naufal is actually apologizing to you for not having contacting you for quite some time. So what you can just say to Naufal is, thank you uh, for your email. Okay, and yeah, thank you for your email. You don't have to be so lengthy by telling, oh, it's all right. What else? I've been very busy as well. If you want to write it, there's nothing wrong. Okay. Thank you for your email. I am busy as well, and I would like I'm busy as well, and sorry for not writing sooner. Okay. This is one. All right. Okay, this is one. So what is the question about? So there's a sports center in town. Let's check out the center. I'll be free next week. So if you were to agree to follow your best friend, then straight away answer the question. Uh, I I would like to go with you to the new sports center. Okay, to the new sports center. New sports center because I have never been there myself. So you would probably have never been there as well. Okay, you can just give that answer as well. All right. Um, so straight away you answer for question number, okay, question number two. So when you say that, let's check it out, the center. So here actually comes the first question. All right, the first question is here. The second question is, which one do you prefer? So if I were to answer this question, uh, I prefer doing indoor activities. use back the question that is asked here. Okay, that is asked here. So you answer the third question. What game would you like to play? Like, activities, especially ping pong. Okay, now what I'm doing here right now is I'm writing a complex sentence by combining uh, two questions in one go, right, in one sentence structure. Okay, should we do anything else after the game? All right. I suggest that after going, after visiting the sports center, we can go to my favorite cafe to have some what? Have some snacks? No problem. It's acceptable. Okay, let me make this writing a little bit bigger so that you can see. Uh, let's see. So let me finish off. May I go? Hope to hear from you soon. Take care. Bye. So because there is no person who is name of the person who wrote this is not given, then you can just put initial. Like for me, I just put that at. Okay. See. Thank you for your email. Oh, I got the spelling wrong. Thank you for for your email. Okay, thank you for your email. I am busy as well, and sorry for not writing sooner. It's just a standard regular thing that we always do. We apologize as well for not writing to each other. Yeah. So I would like to go with you to the new sports center because I've never been there myself. There's a reason given. So I prefer doing indoor activities, especially ping pong. Now, if you want to put there especially ping pong, or you can just add especially playing ping pong. It's still correct. Okay, it's still correct. There is nothing wrong with the answer. So here you can see that you have answered the first question. I would like to go with you. Okay, you agree to do so, and then you give a reason with the first cohesive device because. So then you answer the next question. I prefer doing indoor activities. What was the indoor activity? Playing ping pong. And later you suggested to visit after visiting the sports center, you can go to your favorite cafe to do what? And have some snacks. See, by doing by answering like this, the students can actually score 20 over 20 because you already answered the first question. You agree to go, and then provided with a reason. This is just what do I say as a bonus thing when you inform. But if you do not say that you have never been there before, it's fine because you're already answering the question. Then the second one, you also mentioned about preferring doing what with a very specific activity. And the fourth one is you suggest that you go elsewhere, after visiting the sports center, but with your favorite cafe. It doesn't have to have a name, but why are you going to do what is the reason that you want to go there with your friend? Just to have some snacks. See, how easy it is. So at the end of your email writing, you can put in a bracket 80 words. Okay. A very standard way of writing an email. Thank you for your email. Or you apologize for not writing soon. It is something like you are writing a letter, but not as long as a letter. Yeah, bear that in mind. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the second part. Now, in the second part of the question for this specific trial paper, uh, when topic about crimes, I, I, I have never encountered it so far. It has never came out anywhere, but just be careful if you were to be asked this kind of question. Okay, I think basically most of the trial question papers are all touching a little bit of common crime cases that happen in your neighborhood area. Okay, about the rise of crime rate in the neighborhood. So your teacher has asked you to write an essay on it. So you can see that for the question, there are 3 bullets given that you need to complete, which is the common crimes committed in your area. Okay, students, please remember, when you talk about common crimes are the ones that is usually happening around your area. It can be a snatch theft, it can be, burglaries, it could be break-ins, it could be vandalism, or sometimes it could be how to say murder cases, but usually murder cases rarely happen in our area. You just pick the normal ones, yeah, the normal ones. And then the second bullet is asking about the reasons why crimes happen, meaning that you need to give more than one. And the third one is ways to prevent crime in your neighborhood. You are actually suggesting new ideas that can help to make your area becomes safer. All right. Until this part, can everyone understand what I am actually explaining? Okay. All right. So I hope so. Yeah. So let's go to the next page. Now, I think I did the same thing yesterday. We had this brainstorming thing because why? When we do brainstorming, we are actually helping you to come up with the words that we want to see. We want you to come up with some ideas that enables you to have an easier way for you to write later when you start writing. Because when I give this kind of boxes, what's going to happen is you will use this one particular box as your first next paragraph, this one as another paragraph, this one as another paragraph. So when you start writing, you can see that you're actually writing very according. You're accordingly writing it based on the question that is given in the task. Okay. Okay, let me make my slide smaller. Now, common crimes committed in your area. The usual ones that do happen in our area could be snatch theft. Snatch theft. This is normal. This is normal. Walking back to school, students also become victims. Sometimes women who actually are not very careful when they're handling their handbags. Okay. Second could be vandalism. Okay, vandalism that involves your dumping area, your waste dumping area. They did not put it inside the big box, but they just put it on the ground, and then sometimes they draw things, graffitis on the walls um, of probably your waste area, all right, something like that. Public phones at your neighborhood area also can be vandalized. Burglaries, burglaries or break-ins do happen in our area. This is the common ones. So just be careful of what are the crimes that you actually going to write down, going to discuss. So when it comes to reason, one of the reason could be um, people do snatch theft because of they are desperate. They're desperate for money. Probably the person who does this, are jobless. They don't have anything else to do. They don't have income to support themselves, so they snatch theft. Burglaries, vandalism. You can talk about influence from friends. Okay? And when you talk about break-ins, you're also talking about maybe people just desperation. Will be using the same idea as the first one, desperate for money. Desperation for money. Okay, when desperate for money, could be this particular person who does this, they are jobless. Okay, they are jobless. Some people, they commit crimes. Uh, they commit crimes because it's a habit. Right? It's a habit. They like stealing. They like breaking in. They like committing vandalism. That's all. Not to say hobby, but it's something that they have the intention of doing it all the time. And they have no intention of stopping at all. Okay, ways to prevent crime in your neighborhood area. So if as a woman, if you are going out alone, so make sure you walk in big groups. Have a friend together with you. So if the place has a lot of burglaries and break-ins, so what can they have installed? CCTVs around the neighborhood. Okay. Other than that, they can set up a rukun tetangga, rukun tetangga group to do what? To patrol the area. Rukun tetangga. Rukun tetangga is in bahasa Melayu. We don't translate it in English, okay? But you have a hyphenated on top so that it is still acceptable. Okay. So yesterday I mentioned about a timetable, a fair. Okay. Now if you are going to give 3 common crimes committed in your area, therefore when it comes to reason, balance it out with 3 as well. And when you give suggestion on ways to prevent crime in your neighborhood, you give 3 as well. So the timetable will be 3, 3, 3. And if you give 2, then 2, 2, 2. It depends. It depends. As long as you answer the question. Uh, and then depending on the requirement of the task. If the task is in plural form, the instruction is in plural, therefore, whatever that you give, it has to be more than 1. So it doesn't have to be 5, it doesn't have to be 6, just enough for you to write, because remember, for part 2, students are writing in between the number of words of 120 to 150, and not too long. Okay, alright, now let's continue. Okay, for part 3, for question number 3, students are required to write an article about going shopping at shopping centers versus open air market. So if you look at the question here, there are 3 questions as well. Do you like shopping? So you have to answer yes or no. And then you have to give the similarities and differences between a shopping center and an open air. So if you were to give 2 similarities, then you give 2 differences. Yeah. And then you have to give your preference. Where do you prefer to shop with a reason? So all together you have to you have to answer 1, 2, 3, and 4 questions. Okay, let me make it into a smaller page so that I can just highlight for you. Okay, here is your first question. You have to answer yes or no. And then you have to talk about similarities and differences shopping at these 2 places. Question number 2. Number 3, where do you prefer to shop? And number 4, why? If you were to choose between a shopping center and open air market. It's quite easy, I think, because all of us, we basically go to both. Go to both. Open air market, an example, an open air market would be something like a night market. Okay, a night market or a car boot sale. A car boot sale, we have the Sunday market, which is like open air. It's not in a confined building compared to a shopping center. A shopping center is a confined building with all shops under one roof. Yeah, it's not open. Okay, so when you do it like this, so what would be the similarities? You're talking about the uh, variety of things to buy. Okay. You're also talking about the number of sellers or shops under one building. Okay. You can also say that variety things to buy. You can also say that sometimes um, um, it's the similarity would be comfortability, comfort, because everything is under one roof. So there's cafe there. There are also people who actually opens up a booth where they sell jewelries and accessories and so forth. Comfort because everything is there. Variety, variety of things to buy. We are talking about the prices. The range of prices could be from cheap to expensive. Okay. Now, when it comes into differences, it's either you can follow this or you can give a vice versa or you can give another thing. Okay, other things, right? For example, variety things to buy prices. Probably the prices at an open air market would be open air market is more reasonable, more reasonable. Um, if you're shopping out and you're shopping in a shopping center, would be the comfortability because open air market has no aircon. Okay, um, but for shopping center, shopping center is air conditioned. Condition. Okay, air conditioned. Okay, what else? Sometimes if you buy things and you have better choices. Okay, better choices and can bargain. Okay, you can bargain with the sellers. You can bargain with it. But if you go to shopping malls, you cannot bargain with the seller. Alright? See? That's the difference. Now, where do you prefer? So if you do prefer to go to shopping mall, shopping center, the reason why you want to go there is because of the comfort of shopping, aircon, air condition, cooler. You feel more at ease. You don't get, you don't sweat. Okay, you might take one of the answers from the differences here and put it here. So like for me, if I were to choose, I would like to go to uh, to a shopping center because of the comfortability. It has air condition, it's more cooler, and then it's easier, and and you do not sweat at the end of the day. You can see here right now. So when you start writing, what you can do is, first you have to state, okay, you have to state uh, the reason whether you like shopping or not. So you're answering yes. I like shopping. I like shopping. So where do you like? You might mention straight away that you like shopping at both places, or you are very dominant of what you want to choose already. You might talk about shopping center, and you also might talk about an open air market. So this is how you do it. Okay, brainstorming is a way for you to answer the question. And when it comes to writing, now writing an article, the format of writing article is like this. All right. Okay, now the first part here, you have to give the title of the article. So do not make it so difficult. Just take back task, the task that has already been given to you, and just put it there. Shopping. Okay, then by who? Like here, I want to put my name, Adelina binti Adlan. Okay, Adelina binti Adlan straight away. So make sure that the title is underlined, and you can just start writing as normal. Okay, okay. Yeah. Now let's go to the fourth question. Now the fourth question is a narrative essay. So like what I have mentioned yesterday as well, writing a narrative essay requires students to be very good with their descriptive words, their vocabulary. You have to be very, very clever in choosing the words that you want to use that is suitable to the text. And you have to answer the requirement of the story. For example, the instruction is the story must begin with the following words. So these are the following words that you have to use to start off your essay. Begin with, start with. Okay, that's what it meant. So I found out my friend Amin was bullied again. I rushed to. Rush to who? So definitely when you see your friend is being bullied, you rushed straight away to Amin to help him out. And in the story, you have to explain about the description of the incident. Probably Amin was a normal student who's being bullied every day, and you can see the incident happens again and again and again and again. But on that particular day, the incident um, happen to the extent where you just can't accept it anymore. You might hear from someone saying that hurt himself, this time of around, or Amin has been beaten really badly, he's all bleeding, his face begin to swollen and so forth. So describe very discreetly of what the incident is about. And later you have to come up with a closure. Usually this closure is a very simple one. What you did to motivate Amin to be a stronger person, or throughout the incident of the process of helping Amin to become stronger, what kind of motivation that you actually give Amin in order to become a stronger person. Okay. All right. So I don't think most students will have problems with this, because this is something that we encounter every day. If it's not our best friend, it could be someone else. All right. Okay. Now the last question for paper 2, report writing. So this time of around, you are the head prefect of your school, and you were to conduct a survey on students' comments about your school magazine. So you're a head prefect, and you have to listen to students complaining about school magazine. You want to get their feedback of the school about the school magazine. Yeah. And the teacher has asked you to write a report to the principal. So therefore, when you write your report writing, the report is to be directed to your principal straight away. Okay, not to your teacher advisor or so forth. Now, in the report, you have to mention about the survey. So usually when we do surveys, we just want to get students' response. Yeah? What would be the students' response to the particular particular of their opinion of of the school magazine. They usually aim is one, right? Not more than that. Weaknesses of last year's school magazine. When you talk about weaknesses, the word that is being used is in plural form. The weaknesses of last year's school magazine could be many. Some complain about the price. Some complain about the quality of the paper. Some complain about the pictures which are not sharp. Pictures are blurry. The fonts are too small to be read, or the fonts are not suitable to the particular text and so forth. So those are the weaknesses that you need to post in and inform your principal. And question number 3, you are supposed to give suggestion for improvement. So whatever weaknesses that you have mentioned here earlier in the second bullet, so suggestion could be something that to improve of the weaknesses. So if you say that the weaknesses of the last year's school magazine was not quality enough, meaning that this particular year the school has to find suppliers who can provide better quality papers. That is the suggestion. So I think different students have different preference of what to write. For this particular state, they have chosen 3, which is one is article, second is narrative, and the third one is report. Now, again, it is up to you on what do you want to write, how do you want to write a report. I think your teacher has already mentioned how to write a report, right? Isn't it? Okay. And the last one, this is the format for writing a report. Now, if you were to write the report to your principal, so make sure that here, principal of SMK Taman Mulia. You can write your principal's name, but sometimes we tend to forget what is our principal's full name. So it's better for you to just put the post of the principal as uh, to to whom you are sending the report to. So the title, take back from the question here. What was the title about? Comments about school magazine. Or you can just put there school magazine. And the date, because you are writing it right after the magazine has been distributed to the students, so it should be later, a later date. And when it's a later date, automatically is simple past tense. Okay, simple past tense. And when you have completed the report, reported by or written by. Okay, let me add in a little bit. It's up to you. It's an option. It's an option. Signature, your full name. Like if I were to put my name, then Adelina binti Adlan with the post. So in the question, it gives you the post as the head prefect of the school. Alright. Therefore, just put here head prefect of SMK Taman Mulia. Alright. So I think that is all for today. Thank you so much for spending some time to listen to me, telling you what to do and what should not be doing for this trial paper from Kedah. So I wish you all the best in your examination. Take care, everybody. Bye.